everyone, welcome back to Hot Water with Zam. So today it's not just a recipe video, but it's a recipe come cleaning vlog. Usually weekends are supposed to be the days that you rejoice, but even while going to office and working from home, my Sundays and my weekends are terrible. As you can see the time, it's almost 12:30 and that is when I started cleaning. I actually started late. In between, I cannot forget to check on them. Every now and then I have to check because they suddenly start fighting with each other. In the whole house, all three cats, I don't know for what reason, but they love this spot. They actually fight for this spot. Okay, now when you look at this, you might be wondering why it is so dirty, but it's not me who made it dirty. Like since the time we shifted to this house, this is how it has been. So people who ever used the kitchen before we moved here have actually done a very rough job. From the time I came here, I have actually tried to clean this with the dishwash liquid, but it never happened. So of late I just came across this that vinegar is very strong enough to even remove paint stains. So I thought, why not try vinegar, and it really works, guys. So if you have any kind of stain in your kitchen and even on the walls, just mix equal parts of colon and vinegar. Pour it into a spray bottle, spray it and scrub it. Trust me, it works really well and it's faster. As you'd have seen, I first sprayed it and immediately I started scrubbing it with a scrubber, and later I again sprayed it and used a tissue. I first tried it with cloth, but no, cloth did not work. So please do use a tissue if you are ever trying this. So it actually cleans so well. In fact, I was so surprised by the results that every time I go into the kitchen, I look at these and I feel so proud of myself. Then I moved on to cleaning the kitchen counter and the stove, because the previous day I hadn't done. After dinner I had just left everything. I had just done the dishes and the remaining was just left like that. By the time I finished cleaning, it was actually late for me to start making lunch. So I quickly started making lunch. So that day's lunch was chicken momos. So to make chicken momos, take the required amount of all-purpose flour or maida, add some salt, mix everything well, add around half a tablespoon of oil. Once everything is combined, add water little by little and make it into a soft dough. Once it's kneaded, apply some oil on top of it, cover it and let it rest until we prepare the rest of the ingredients. I've taken some boneless pieces of chicken, so put them in a mixer and mince them well. Just 2 pulse and it would mince fast. Transfer the chicken into a mixing bowl, add the required amount of salt, some black pepper powder, some white pepper powder, chopped coriander, onion, cabbage, and around 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. The soy sauce that I added was actually less, so I had to add more. So you can add around 1 tablespoon. Once everything is done, add around 1 tablespoon of oil, mix everything well and cover it. Now let's start making the dip for the momos. So I've added 7 red chilies, quarter onion and a lot of garlic cloves, 2 tomatoes. Just slit the tomatoes and add them. I've added 2 glasses of water. Yeah, now we can start boiling them. Keep it on high flame and let it boil until the skin of the tomatoes starts peeling. Once done, remove it. I peel the skin of the tomatoes, but you can just grind them as they are. Doesn't actually make much difference. Once this cools, you can directly grind them, but here I don't like the raw smell of them, so I add a little bit of oil onto a pan and just saute them for few minutes. It's done now, so we can remove it and let it cool. Now I'm placing the steamer here to steam the momos. So the dough is rested for 30 minutes. You can see how soft it is. It has to be soft, otherwise it will be difficult to roll it out. I'm not going to make separate balls because that is time consuming. So I'm going to make a very big chapati kind of thing, and then cut the shapes with a small bowl. Make sure to dust enough dry flour and roll them out evenly because we are going to cut them, and make sure you roll them thin. If it is too thick, it will really be difficult. It will not turn out like momos. Once it's ready, flip them, arrange them, and cover them with a dry kitchen cloth. Now take one by one. I've just placed it on a plate so that it would be easy for me to show it on the camera. So take the required amount of the filling, but make sure to check the taste of the filling. If you feel like you need something more, do add it. Over add the filling. So from the corner, just keep folding. Just fold it in, fold it in, fold it in, and that's it. You're going to get the shape automatically. See once again how to do it. Keep the required amount of filling. Don't overdo. Take the corner and just fold it in. Yeah, you don't need water, oil, you don't need anything. It would just stick by itself. Just press the edges tightly and it's all done. I actually forgot to press the record button, so I couldn't take it, but then I'll show you how I steamed it once again. Alright, but you can see how perfectly the momos are cooked. So the major part here is to roll it out thin. Not as thin as like it would tear apart, but thin enough that it will not tear, but still it looks transparent. So that is the key to making perfect momos. Okay, to steam the momos, you need to, you can use a steamer. If you don't have a steamer, you can just use the idli plate that you have. Use a tissue or a cloth and make sure there's no water on it. Once you wipe it clean and it's dry, brush some oil onto it. You can just brush normal cooking oil. Do not use coconut oil or any other oil. Just use the normal cooking oil. Make sure it's greased well, because if it's not greased, the momos will stick onto the plate. Just one thing, from the time you fold the momos and keep them ready, you will have to keep them only on the surface that is greased. The plate that, the white plate that you see is also greased, right? So you can keep two in one plate too. Okay, now once it is done, when you want to keep the plate on the other one, it's not possible because it will press. So keep something in between and then put the other plate on top of that. And now I'm going to put the momos inside the steamer. The water should be boiling hot and you should steam it for 20 to 25 minutes. I've used chicken here. You can choose to use chicken, mutton, any meat that you like. But depending on the meat that you use, you have to increase the steaming time. You can be sure that the momos is completely cooked. That is, when you open the lid of the steamer, you can see a shiny coat on top of the momos. That is when it is sure that your momos is completely cooked. Check the steamer in between. Make sure the water doesn't dry up. While that is steaming, let's make a refreshing lemonade drink. So this is pineapple mint lemonade. You need 1 bowl of pineapple and mint leaves as per your liking. I added more here, and lemon juice. Okay, add the required amount of sugar. Add some water and grind it well. Strain it and there your pineapple mint lemonade is ready. Try it out, it's very refreshing. That's it, the second batch of momos is also cooked. The dip that you see here is the one that we made. Once it cooled down, I just ground it with a little bit of salt and it was all done. This tastes exactly like what you get in the streets. Do try it with the same amount of ingredients. So by the time we had lunch that particular day, it was almost 4. So after that I took rest for some time and I started cleaning again. So that is the garden that I accidentally created. I'll make a video on that soon. So after this it was just cleaning, guys, cleaning the balcony, cleaning the front of the house and mopping the house. So this is how all my weekends look like. During the weekdays, if you ask me like why I don't do it during the weekdays I'm completely packed. Something or the other keeps coming up. So the weekends are the only days I get to clean all this. So let me know how your weekend is. Like what do you do during your weekend, and do you get to spend more time, or how things are. Right? So I'll see you again in the next vlog. Until then, take care.